Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson, and welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Let's ring in the new year 5777, a year of health, happiness, and good luck for Marty Levinson.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine show with the greatest cameraman around, Sonny Hirsch, and your host, Avi Myers.
Thank you, Marty. Avi Myers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. On the web, www.ntnm.org. Find us on Community Policing, caps24.org. Jewish Chicago. If you're watching this on the web before it appears, you still have time to participate. The day that this is actually airing in Chicago, I am presently in transit to Ohio to visit my family. So you're too late. The paper's at the printer. It's going to be on the dock tomorrow morning, and that's it. It is a pleasure to have one of my favorite judges and somebody who always makes everybody smile and all that when they're on the show, and somebody I have yet to hear a bad word about. Which is actually pretty good. And I will also say up front that she's got some of the highest judicial ratings of any judge going in the circuit court right now, and that is Judge Marguerite Quinn. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me here again. I mean, really, this is like a yearly meeting, isn't it?
It is, yeah, absolutely, and it's a pleasure.
Well, I appreciate the fact that you're having me here and that we get to talk about what I'm doing and what the courts are doing. And thank you for my plug with the judicial ratings. I was very, very pleased with the ratings.
Yeah,
So.
I was. I got to tell you, when I saw him, I was like, wow.
I know. Who is that woman, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, before we start, though, I wanted to, today, of course, is, I think, Shimon Peres's funeral in Israel. And I was thinking about it on the way over here, and I was thinking, you know, you can sort of reflect about the state of Israel. And he was a founding father. He was a warrior in the formation of Israel, and I have to say he was a soldier for peace too, with the Oslo Accords. So I just think that it's a sad day for Israel, but I think it's a great tribute to the Israeli people, and to just reflect and see the great sacrifices that were made for the state to exist. So I'm very sorry for the people of Israel, but how lucky we were to have someone like him in our world.
No, he definitely was a unifying force among a lot of people, and a lot of presidents really preferred him to anybody else from Israel.
Right, and he had the moral backbone to see that peace was really the route, and he tried that, and I think he took a lot of grief back home.
Oh, he did.
You know, it was an unpopular thing, but I think, you know, peace is really the way.
Peace is absolutely the way. It just has to be a two-way street. That's the biggest problem.
That is the problem, isn't it? So
it's
anyway.
a shame, because you know what? There's I don't want to take away your time from the judge thing.
It's all right.
There's nothing wrong with the idea of, no. You know what? It's got to be a two-way street. And by the way, speaking of peace, being a judge, don't you have to?
I know.
Aren't you involved in that sort of thing?
Yes, we are the peacekeepers, aren't we, in the courtroom? I was saying to someone just the other day that, you know, I win every argument, right? Because when lawyers come in, they present one side and they present the other side, and I'm the one that gets to decide which side I think is correct. But it is very difficult sometimes, because as we know in life, everything is not black and white, and there's so many factors and so many moving pieces to every decision I make. And I think that that's the hardest thing about being a judge, because your decision affects people, and it's not just the person. It affects their family, it affects their children, it affects, you know, their work, their livelihood. It can be very challenging some days. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't want to do anything else, but it is challenging, and I do really take that to heart. I really want to make sure I'm doing the right thing and following the law.
No, that's very important, and you know, you're there to you're not there to create the law. You're there to enforce the law. So what kind of cases do you usually hear?
I usually hear criminal cases, although sometimes I'm put in the civil rooms. But primarily, I'm assigned to the felony trial division in the 2nd Municipal District, which is in Skokie. And I hear everything from aggravated DUIs to murder cases, and of course everything in between. It's a great, it's a really fast-paced job. You can't, you have to pay attention, you have to do your work, but I think that I am doing some very good thit for people, especially when last time I was here I talked about Veterans Court. We now have the largest mental health court in all of Cook County, and it really is a part of a larger shift in the judiciary that I've seen from my time a million years ago back when I was a state's attorney to now, where the focus for non-violent offenders is not let's throw them in jail, let's incarcerate them. Rather, let's surround them with services. If someone's a thief, and the reason why they're stealing, a small-time thief, why they're stealing is because they're trying to fund a drug habit. Well, let's go back to the source there. Let's see what can we do to help that person out of that cycle of destruction. And we have been incredibly, incredibly successful with that. And we just surround these folks with services, and we've really reduced the recidivist rate of them going back and committing crimes. Guess what? Addicts don't want to be addicts. Addicts want to live a regular life like you and I. And if they can get the help that they need, then they can leave the addict's life behind. And as a result, their families are more stable. They have stable works or jobs. They go back and get their education. It's a really wonderful, wonderful results.
No, it's good, and it's necessary. It really is. It's like, boy, you make me think about so many different stories, but this is really your spotlight here. The fact is that you got to be, it's not just a question of being compassionate. These people are put in very unfortunate situations. They really are, and, it's just a shame, but, drugs is such a destructive thing, but you know what, so, the campaign is on. Let's talk about where the 12th Sub-Circuit is, so people will know,
There are 4 vacancies in the 12th Sub-Circuit. The 12th Sub-Circuit encompasses Kenilworth north to Lake Cook Road, so that includes Winnetka and Glencoe, and then all the way west to Mount Prospect, Prospect Heights. It includes Glenview, Northfield, Northbrook, parts of Park Ridge. I know I'm forgetting some parts of Wheeling, parts of Elk Grove Village. It's a very big area.
It's basically all the way from the Lake Michigan to Lake Cook, and in some areas as far south as about Dempster or something like that.
It doesn't go quite that far south, but it goes like past 355 to the west. Yeah. So it's a pretty big area. If you go to my website, Quinn for Justice, I have 2 maps on the website of the 12th Sub-Circuit. Early voting is going to start October 24th, and if you go to my early voting tab, you can go and click on the pins, and they'll show you where you can go within the 12th Sub-Circuit to vote for the judges. But there are 4 of us, 4 great Democratic candidates, and I encourage everyone to vote this time. It's so important. Get to the bottom of the ballot, because what you said before, and I want to reiterate this, you've got to look at the bar ratings. Chicago Bar Association, the gold standard. They do a really terrific job. You've got to look at all those bar ratings and see who is qualified, because there are judges, as we all read in the paper, there are judges who get on the bench who should not be on the bench. And if you looked at their bar ratings, they shouldn't have been elected, but it's inattention. So I'm really pleading with people, get to the bottom of the ballot. I know we all want to vote for the top of the ballot, but get to the bottom of the ballot, because judges really affect your day-to-day life, and it's very important. Our job is important. So that's my pitch, Avi.
It's very true, and I've actually used the exact same pitch.
Good.
And I always start at the bottom of the ballot, and after you're through with voting for all the judges in the bottom of the ballot, then you can go to the unimportant races like President of the United States. If people would like to contact your campaign?
Yes, Quinn for, the number 4, justice @gmail.com, or just go to my website, Quinn, 4FOR, Justice. And you can contact me on the contact page. But I have a lot of information on the page.
Judge Marguerite Quinn, thank you so much. Good luck
Thanks.
in the election.
Thank you.